Hey, Shalom, Yahweh, Shemal Shabbat, Yahweh Shemal Athab, Shemal Shah, priest and officer of 1,000 Malakia, going on the Sabbath service this week for priest and officer of a war. I'm here with priest and officer of 500 and thumb yard. That's on Christ. We're starting off this week at Leviticus 11 and 42. We're going to read 7 in the Hebrew, follow up by 7 in English. I'm going to continue like that until we get to, you said 12 and 35? 13 and 35. Got you. You can follow along in your blue letter Bible for the Hebrew. Any questions and comments, you can type them in the chat and we'll get to them, Lord willing. Ready? That being said, like Madram, just a minute up here. Just gonna call I fired up just for the first 7. I was gonna sweat. Bear with us for a moment. Did you bring the book? Or not? Can you present yourself?
Kaukana. Abahaya, Bambuyami, Banyashwal.
Ibahaya, Banyashwal.
Yahweh Shemal Shabbat.
Yahweh Shemal Shabbat. We send up water.
Yahshua, which means Israel.
Go to the horn one more time. You can send up the first. Madram, which means to stand. Palm Hakadam, turn to face east.
So Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Kawah. Bashamayim. The thunder now. Cow. Yuam. Masalakna. Kasalakna. Kawafina. Wala'ah. I was shy now. My young. Rod. Kaya. Lakah. Amlakwa. Watapara. Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Baba Kushal.
Baba Kushal.
Nathanael.
Aka. Rapa.
Karamatala.
Karamatala.
Karamatawa.
Kamanawa.
Aka.
Batahar.
Hamatazariah.
Hamatazariah.
Aka. Hakoyim.
Hakoyim.
Amathia.
Aka.
Arakawat.
Arakawat. Tama'ala.
Garshun.
Garshun.
Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The blessings of Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Barak
Lanawa.
Yasharal.
Yasharal.
Baba Yasakar.
Baba Yasakar.
Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Ba'Shem Yahushua.
The water Amun.
Wadaman.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
In the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The power shows the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahai.
Wa Alahai.
Wa Ma'atasab Ya'ah.
Matazabiyah.
Alawak Yahanna.
Alawak Yahanna.
Alawak.
Alawak.
Asarani.
Asarani.
Akwata Zayani.
Akwata Zayani.
Akaya Yani.
Akaya Yani.
Wa Akwafi.
Wahawafi.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
The water Amun.
Wadaman.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Alahori.
Alahori.
Ma'ayud.
Ma'ayud.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Izari.
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 Izari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh.
Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Shamayud.
Shamayud.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayatun.
Ayatun.
Mawat.
Samawat.
Galka.
Galka. Al-Yanawan.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana. La'ah.
Yanawud.
Yanawud. Bala'ah.
Ayashun.
Ayashun.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Sharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Yaminka.
Yaminka.
Yawamum.
Yawamum.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah. Yakaka.
Kaka.
Wayarak.
Wa'iraq.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Shamarka.
Mikhail.
Kalra.
Shamor.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamor.
Yashamar.
Tazafka.
Tazafka.
Wa'aka.
Wa'aka.
Ma'athud.
Ma'athud.
Ma'anabaluk.
Wa'inabaluk.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot.
He will not suffer thy
To
foot
be moved.
to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth,
even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayyum.
Al-Hayyum.
Al-Damelaka.
Al-Damelaka.
Al-Karash.
Al-Karash.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Kayana.
Al-Kayahana.
Al-Yabika.
Al-Yabika.
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Yumwa.
Al-Yumwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Ayathud.
Ayathud.
Your eyes has a walk.
Your eyes has a walk.
Al-Tasakubunyaka.
Al-Tashakwanyaka.
Marwa.
Amarwa.
Akwa.
Lakawa.
Akaku.
Anakaku.
Goya.
Goya.
Bala'ah. Yazakor.
Yazakor.
Shem Yasharala.
Shem Yasharala.
Awadah.
Awadah.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Our eyes has a walk.
Our eyes has a walk.
Abba.
Abba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Ayak.
Ayak.
Karafwa.
Karafwa.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Adawum.
Adawum.
Wagashama Alia.
Washmalia.
Mababa.
Awaba.
Gogori.
Gabaria,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Ramawan,
Ramawan, Ramalak,
Kalashak,
Kalashak,
Amishak,
Tazawar,
Mashawar,
Gamashawar, Alawak, Aiman,
Hayawar,
Ayawat,
Sarawat,
Zarawat,
Abundalawat,
Abundalawat, Salat,
Shalahum,
Shalahum,
Kamadia,
Kamadia,
Sayat,
Sayat, Sarat, Kagadia, Panakal, Koyashwa, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Daira, Hayawa, Dama,
La Dama,
La Dama,
Shatumwa,
Shaitamwa,
Nadaga Mabak,
Yamawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
because of a bar,
because of Abba,
because of Bak,
because of Bak,
because of Zalman eye,
Katazamana,
Kaunasi Yakumba,
Kaunasi Kumba,
Ashore,
Amorwa,
Amorwa, Rashad,
Irishah,
Anawak,
Ayawa,
now Awak,
Nawa,
so like Alahayum,
Alahayum, Alahayum,
Shayatumwa,
Shayatumwa,
Kagagala, Kwash,
Takwash,
the Punya Babaka,
the Panyarabaka,
Ash,
Ka'ash,
the Iriya Ira,
the Irian Irish,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Salahat,
Salahat,
Aragum,
Arayam,
Khan,
Khan,
the Radatma,
Aradatma,
Wasa Irika,
Wasa Irika,
Wasa,
Wasa,
Pafka,
Patka,
the Halum,
the Mahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Punyahum,
Punya,
Pulawan,
Palawan,
Wagaba Kwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shumka,
Shumka,
Hawa,
Yahawa,
the Bashwa,
the Bashwa,
Wagaba Hawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wagaba Kaporwa,
Wayabaporwa,
Wagaba Abadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wagaba Iwa,
Wadi Awa,
Wagaba
Kaya,
Shumka,
Shumka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
the Bad,
Baka,
Ayumun,
Ayuwan,
Alka Rakasa,
Alka, Rakazah.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O
For
Yahweh.
lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in
may
remembrance.
be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
the Baal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Selah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which passed at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a
Make
ram
their nobles like a red,
that likes it,
and
yeah.
like yeah,
Yea,
yeah,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as Sabbath,
and as Almuna,
and as
who
Amuna,
said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of God
the house of God
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as stubble before the wind,
as a fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storms.
Fill their faces with shame,
So their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish.
that men may know
And we may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
His name alone,
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
are the most high
of all the earth.
of all the earth.
Sorry, you turn, sharpen, seated.
Charge right there. No, the phone right there. On the podium. The water coming up.
We're starting off Leviticus 11 and 42. Ended at 12 and 1.
Come. It's low. So it's like,
That's what?
okay. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 42. Kal ha wilak al gachawan Wakal, ha walak, il, a rabbi, Eid, cow, ma rabbi, regalium, lakal, ha sharatazar, ha sharatazar, il, ha aratazar, la'a, tha'a kawam, kaya, shakwatazar, ham. Verse 43. Al, tha shakwatazawa, af, na pa shaf yakam, bakal ha sharataza wa la'a tha ta ma'awa baham wa na tum thumb bum. Verse 44. Kaya anya Yahweh alaha yakam waha tha Quadash thumb, Waha Yaya thumb, Quadash yum, Kaya, Quadawash, Anya, Wala'a, Thata Ma'awa, Af, Na Pa Shaf Yakam, Bakal, Ha Sharataza, Ha Ramash, Ayel, Ha Arataza. Verse 45, Kaya, Anya, Yahweh, Ha Ma'ila, Athkam, Ma Arataza, Ma Tazarium, La Ha Yath, Lakam, La La Yum, Wa Ha Yathum, Kwa Dash Yum, Kaya, Kwa de wash anya. Verse 46. Za'af tha warath haba hama waha I.S.U.P.K waka napash ha chaya hara mashaf bum yum wa laka napash ha sharatazatha il ha arataza. Verse 47. Laha bad yo bayun ha ta ma'a wa ba yun ha ta har wa ba yun ha khaya ha na a kalaf wa ba yun ha khaya ashar la'a tha akal. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 12, and verse 1. Waya debar Yahweh al mashallah amar. I'm taking English, sir.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 42 in the English. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever have more feet among all creepy things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination.
That they're an abomination. The things that go across the belly, like snakes and worms.
Right,
You understand me? These things are an abomination if we eat them.
right.
Read the next part.
Kawuka.
So like I was. It say whatsoever go on four, and whatsoever had feet, more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth. So this covers, snakes and spiders and rats. These
Right.
things, if we eat them, they're an abomination and will be an abomination because these are unclean to us. They're unclean not just because, of course, God say they're unclean. It's health reasons. Like rats and these things, they carry diseases.
Right.
Understand? Rats played a huge role in that bubonic plague. You understand? These certain types of animals carry diseases, or they just might be they can cause contamination, like pigs and stuff like that.
Right.
Or they venomous, like the snakes. You
Right.
understand me? And a lot of snakes, you can't really tell which ones are venomous, which ones are not, by just looking at them. It's kind of hard to make a distinction between the two. The Lord said they all are an abomination. You understand me? But mainly because they are venomous and they will get us sick if we eat them. You
Right.
understand? And carry a lot of diseases. Read verse 43.
Verse 43. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with any creepy thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby.
Yeah, because it'll get the entire community sick. You
Right.
understand? You eat something that's not good, that's unclean, that's going to get you sick, and you're going to pass that disease to someone else. You
Right.
understand? Now the entire community, we can see it at Passover or at any type of cookout that we go to. You understand? Everybody's coming together. I mean, we see it now with kids going back to school. If one child gets sick, the entire class probably going to get sick. You understand? It's going to be a lot of families affected by this one child being sick. It's the same thing right here inside this Bible. If we eat something that's unclean that can get us sick, the entire nation will be sick because we have a lot of gatherings. We come together in large groups, large numbers.
Right.
You understand? So if one person is sick, if one person is ill, everybody's going to get sick. A good way to prevent that is by watching what you eat.
Right.
You understand? Not eating these unclean, abominable things. You got read verse 44.
Come. Verse 44. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy. For I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
It says you shall sanctify yourself. Sanctify just means set apart.
Right.
It means not doing what everybody else is doing. Mind you, this is when we came out of Egypt. The Lord given us these laws and these commandments right after we came out of Egypt, because we were doing exactly what the Egyptians were doing. So these laws is to specifically set us apart from the Egyptians. And the Egyptians did everything that everybody else in the world did. If they see a spider crawling and if they're hungry, they'll pick it up and eat it. You understand me? They'll pick up any type of animal and eat the animal raw. They don't care about it. You understand me? So these laws is to sanctify us, to make us holy, to set us apart. You understand? Not do what the whole entire earth is doing, but do what God wants us to do.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 45. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt, to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. Mm-hmm. Verse 46. This is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth. Mm-hmm. Verse 47. To make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten.
Yeah, this Leviticus, the 11th chapter, is to give us our dietary laws, what we can eat and what we can't eat. And like I said in verse 45, it says, for I am the Lord that bringeth you out of the land of Egypt. Like I said, these laws is literally to make us understand that we are not Egyptians no more. We're not living like an Egyptian. We're not living like the Africans. Right. To give us our own identity, our own customs. You understand me? That's what makes America so evil. Because after all these laws that God gave us to separate us and make a distinction between us and Africans, America just come and call us African Americans. Try to give us the same identity that God separated us from. You understand? Now in 2025, it'll be hard to find a black person that doesn't believe that they're African. You understand? The Africans know it for sure. There's so many times you'll see on social media, on all these different streams where Africans will make a clear distinction between black people and Africans. Right. Even as I'm saying African and African American, you're visualizing two different people, like an African, a true African, and an African American. It's two different people that come to your mind. Right. You understand me? Unless you're trying to be one of them woke people and think that is no different. But even them, you can still see a clear distinction from the woke black people that say they're Africans and the actual African. Right. You understand me? It's a clear distinction between them, the facial features and everything. Right. And that's what God was doing when he gave us these laws. When he gave us the dietary law, these commandments, he was setting us apart from the Africans. It's like every law that we got inside this Bible, there is a custom of the Egyptians, that goes directly against it. You understand me? So like you had something to bring out with them yet?
Oh no, so you pretty much hit it hit it on the nail. You know what I mean? But I would say, yeah, what he's saying is so heavy. The Most High definitely separated us from the Africans for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Even like you said, brothers around today call themselves African Americans. They Hoteps, they this, they that. You want to agree? Yeah, they want to call themselves Hoteps. They want to call themselves, Pan African and all that. People that follow the Dr. Umar and all that garbage. You understand? Like, it should be common knowledge in 2025 that we ain't Africans, that we not the same. We don't smell like them. We don't cook like them. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We totally set apart from them Africans, and the Most High made sure it was so.
Yeah, absolutely. Like how you saying, like we don't even cook like them. Like African food is not food that we grew up on. I mean, like fufu and all the other stuff. That's not what we grew up on in a black household. African food and soul food is two completely different things because they come from two completely different people. You understand me? True Africans, they grew up on fufu and all, you know what I mean?
Right.
In the household, we went out to restaurants and brought it. Growing up, we went to an African store and we'll buy it. You understand? True soul food, Sunday night dinner. You understand me? That stuff we grew up on because that's really black culture. You understand? That's what SHALAM says. That's what we grew up on in a black household. You understand? Not what Africans grew up on. Even their food is different. Their spices is different. Their seasonings are different because we're not Africans. You understand? That's really just the. Go ahead, you got it.
They palate is different too. I used to slave with them Africans, man. What they put in the microwave and what they, is something crazy. Like they got it's like a jar. It's like a plastic jar they got in there, right? It looked like blood and meat and collard greens.
Mm-hmm.
No, spinach. It looked like spinach and blood. You know what I mean? When they take it out, it smells like something abominable. You understand? And that's what they eat. That's what they like to eat. You know what I'm saying? Stink up the whole break room. You understand? We're not Africans, man.
Really not. Like there's so many differences that we just as black people try to overlook because that's all we've been taught in school from history class. You understand? You go online and you turn the TV and that's what we are, just African Americans. The Africans that came over here in slave ships but somehow don't have any customs of Africa except for wearing a dashiki or something. You understand? I remember back, was it like 2016? Everybody's wearing dash. You mean like that was the closest we got to following African customs, was wearing dashikis. We don't do none of the scarification where we cut into our skins from the tribe, and we don't do nothing like that. We don't do no customs of Africans. You understand me?
It's like the big earrings that they wear.
Yeah.
And they lip.
Right.
You want to be African so bad, you know what I mean? Stretch your lip out all the way out here, you know what I'm saying? And do that, you know what I mean?
It's the truth, man. It's like you finish that last scripture on Leviticus 12. It's just the first
12 and first one, right?
Yeah, 12 and 1,
yeah. Leviticus in Hebrew or English?
Oh, English. Just the last one. English.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man child.
So I read just 12 and 1. You can read 2 through 8 in the Hebrew.
Leviticus chapter 12, verse 2. Debar, Al, Banya, Yeshua, Asherala, La'a, Ba'amor, Asha, Kaya, the Zarayai, Waya, La Da, Zakar, Wata, Ma'a, Shabai, Tha, Yama, Yamayum, Baya, Maya, Nadath, Dawa, Tha, Tama'a, verse 3. Wama, Yawam, Hasha, Mayan, Naya, Yamawal, Bashar, Irala, Thawa, verse 4. Lashayum, Yawam, Washala, Shatha, Yamayum, Thasha, Badamaya, Tara, Banala, Quadash, La'a, the guy, Wa'al, Hama, Quadash, La'a, Thaba'a, Al-Aida, it's like Mala'ath, Yamayum, Yamya, Tahara, verse 5. Wa'am, Naquaba, Thalad, wa Ma'a, Shabai, Yum, Bana, Datha, Washashim, Yawam, Washashatha, Yam, Thasha, Al, Damaya, Tara, verse 6. Wama, Wabam, La'ath, Yamya, Tahara, Laban, Wa, Labath, Thabaya, Kabash, Bun, Nathawa, La'ila, Waba, Waba, Awa, Thara, La, Ka, Ta'ath, Laka, Ta'ath, Al, Pathak, Ahal, Mawa'ai, Al, Haka, Hawa, Haka, Hun, verse 7. Waha, Kwara, Yabawa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Waka, Para, Allah, Ya, Wata, Hara, Mama, Mama, Kwara, Damaya, Za'ath, Thawa, Ratha, Thawarath, Hayah, Lada, La Kara, Awa, Lana Kwara, Lana Kwaba. Verse 8.
Last verse.
Wa'am, La'a, Ma Taza'a, Yada, Daya, Shaha, Waba, Waka, Thaya, Thawa, Shum, Awa, Shanya, Banya, Yawana, Aka, Laila, Wa'aka, La Akata, Atha, Wa Kapar, Laya, Ha Kahana, Ha Kahan, Wata, Hara, Hata, Wata, Hara, Pa. That's it.
All right, the water. Can you grab the English for me?
Leviticus 12 and 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed, or born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. Then it was like, according to the days of the separation for infirmity, shall she be unclean.
So it say, if a woman conceives seed and born a child, like right there, just that wording is important. We're gonna come back to it later in this chapter. It speak about a woman conceiving seed to describe a woman as pregnant. You understand me? It say when she is pregnant with a male, she should be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation for her infirmity. I believe when a woman is on her monthly cycle, she is unclean 7 days, right? So it's saying that's the infirmity that it's speaking about. Once she have a child, a male, she's unclean 7 days. You read on.
Come. Verse 3. And in the eighth day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
Uh-huh.
Verse 4. And she shall then continue in the blood of her, purifying 30 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled.
Now this is just like, think of it as a quarantine. You understand me? She's quarantined for 40 days. You understand? After she has a child, is one of course for rest, because a woman need a lot of rest after she give birth to a child. Like a natural birth, it takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of recovery. It's a lot of soreness. You understand? You're going to be almost bedridden. You understand me, for a long time, because you're still recovering physically, mentally, emotionally. Like you go through a lot. You understand? Women go through a lot when they give birth. Like it's like an out of body experience. It's an amazing thing. You understand? It's like they right there on the brink of death. You understand? They just don't die.
Right.
You understand? It's really an amazing thing that you need to recover from. And of course, after you have a child, you can't just have the baby out in all type of public gatherings. You understand? Because the child that gets sick easily. When the child gets sick, you get sick, everybody gets sick. You understand me? So this is right here inside the Bible, thousands of years ago, where the Lord is giving us these laws to help prevent the spread of sickness, the spread of illnesses. You understand me? They say if a woman have a child that's a male, she's going to be unclean for 40 days. She can't come into the sanctuary. She can't come to no gatherings, anything. Read on.
Come. Verse 5. But if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days.
So it's the same thing. If a woman is pregnant with a little girl, then her time of uncleanness and her time of rest is now doubled. You understand? With a male, it's 40 days. With a daughter, it is 80 days. You understand me? And this really is really to signify how important it is to raise a daughter and how delicate it is to raise a daughter. You understand? Of course, for the child, it's very delicate, it's very precious either way, male or female. But with the daughter, is twice as much more delicate, more precious. You understand? Because like how the Bible say, through Eve, sin entered into the world. You know, as a father, it's just such a natural tenderness that you have towards your daughter. You still got it towards your son, but not as much as your daughter. You know, same thing as towards your sister, or same thing as towards your wife. You understand? You're just going to be naturally tender towards them. And if that tenderness is not met with discipline and wisdom, a lot of things can go wrong. You understand? Just because she's your little girl, she can just point at somebody and say, hey, he touched me, or he said something wrong. And now the whole block is going to war. You understand me? Same thing with your sister. Your sister can say, hey, this guy pushed me, or this guy called me this, and then you ready to knock his head off. Same thing with your wife. Hey, this guy talked to me wrong. This guy disrespected me. And if you don't have discipline, if you don't have wisdom to go about it, you understand, it'll be a lot of issues. A son is really not the same thing with a son. Of course, we're going to come to his rescue, but we're not, so easily moved. You understand? When the son say, hey, this guy did something, it's like, all right, did you beat him up? You understand? Did you defend yourself? But with a daughter, it's like, you'll take that step to go and defend her honor. You understand me? Like I said, if it's not met with discipline, a lot of things are going to go wrong. More importantly, if she's not raised to be disciplined enough to know how much power her words have, she can cause a lot of issues. You understand? Not even just her words, just her body, her presence alone. You understand? It has a lot of power. And if she's not disciplined enough to know that, then she can cause a world of trouble. You understand? So the woman being unclean for twice as long is really just to get in your mind. Of course, your rest, and of course the health concerns is still a factor, but it's also bringing into place how delicate you have to be and how intentional you have to be when you're raising a daughter. You understand? It's a very delicate thing, like extremely delicate. I'll put your hand up. You wanted to bring something up?
No, it's too much.
Mm-hmm. Keep on. So, like, you had something to bring up?
Last.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when the days of her purifying are fulfilled for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring a lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, and a young pigeon or a turtle dove for a sin offering, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest.
Now, we're saying you bringing these offerings because, as a parent, especially as a mother, when you go through pregnancy, one of your main concerns is that the baby is going to be safe. You understand? Throughout the whole pregnancy, you just hope that you have a healthy pregnancy. You hope that you have a healthy labor where there's no complications, there's no issues with the mother or for the child. So once the baby, of course, you have the baby, everything is fine. You can give an offering and thank the Lord that baby was healthy, that baby was fine and pregnancy was fine. You understand? Because it don't matter how much what's the stuff, prenatals you take in, it don't matter how much water you drinking, it doesn't matter how you're going to all of your appointments. It's really up to the Most High if that pregnancy is going to be healthy. Same thing going through labor. You could have the best doctors in the world. It's really up to the Most High if that mother stays alive. You understand me? Through that labor. So this offering is just speaking about giving thanks to the Most High that He was able to keep everybody safe. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And it's like, I think it's verse 7.
7.
Who shall offer it before the Lord and make an atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood. This is the law of her that have born a male or a female.
This is our custom. Let's say when a woman get pregnant and she has birth, you give the offering to the priest and he'll give it to the Most High, and then you're cleansed of your separation, your 80 days or your 40 days. Read on.
Cool. Verse 8. And if she be not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons.
Give me Luke chapter 2 and 22.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Come. The one of the burnt offering, and the other for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean.
Now, like I said, in the beginning where it spoke about women being pregnant, it says she conceived seed, because that is how women get pregnant. And once you conceive seed, of course, this is the custom. After your period of uncleanness is over, you bring an offering of lamb. If your family or your household isn't that fortunate, if y'all a bit more humble, you understand me. If y'all don't have the means to get a lamb to offer, let's say bring 2 turtles, a young pigeon, and what else? For the burnt offering. This is exactly the same custom that Mary went through and Mary followed when she gave birth to Jesus Christ. Can you read Luke 2 and 22?
Okay. This is the book of Luke, 2 and verse 22.
Start at 21.
Okay. Verse 21. And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcising of the child, his name was called Jesus, which was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished.
According to the what?
The days of her purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished. They brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. As it is written in the law of the Lord, every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy to the Lord. Verse 24. And to offer a sacrifice according to that which is said in the law of the Lord, a pair of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons.
This is the custom that Mary followed because she conceived seed. You understand me? Like that is the biggest part of the Immaculate Conception that is just overlooked. There's no child that is born in this world where a mother didn't conceive the seed first. And the seed is so important because the prophecies say that Jesus Christ must come from the bloodline of King David.
Right.
You understand me? There's no way that, like, if Christ didn't have a father, first of all, he wouldn't be able to be from the bloodline of anybody.
Right.
Because the angel just made the baby appear in her stomach. You understand me? The only way Christ was able to fulfill his prophecy was that if he came from the bloodline or the seed of King David. You know who else came from the seed of King David? His father, Joseph. You understand me?
Right.
That's where Christ, that's how Christ comes from the bloodline of King David. You understand me? If he didn't have no father at all whatsoever, he would be the beginning of his lineage. But you see in Matthew, you even see, I think, in Luke, where it gives the genealogy of Jesus Christ. You understand? And it traces all of his fathers back. If he just came out of nowhere, if the angel just magically imported him into Mary's stomach, he wouldn't have a genealogy. He wouldn't have a family tree. He would be the beginning of his family tree. You understand me? But that's not the case. Even in, I think the genealogy in Luke, where scholars try to say that Mary, her father was from the bloodline of King David. It never states that anywhere inside the Bible.
Right.
It never states that Mary comes from the bloodline of King David. In fact, it continues to say that Christ is the father of Joseph. Joseph is the son. No, Christ is the son of Joseph. Joseph is the son of Heli. You understand me? And there's a lot of speculation with that because in Matthew we say that Joseph is the son of Jacob, a man named Jacob. Now, the only way that those two things can be true is if we follow in the law in Deuteronomy where it say, if a man have a wife You understand me? And he dies and he doesn't have any children with that wife, his brother now has to marry that woman and have a children and have children with her for his late brother. You understand me? So physically that would be his child, but legally everybody would acknowledge the child as the late brothers. You understand me? So that's the only way that these two genealogies can make sense. You understand me? That's the only way that they can make sense, because technically that child would be the son of both the biological father and a father that's deceased. You understand me? That's the only way. That's why a lot of Christians believe that the pull-out method is a sin, or I don't really know how to say it. Masturbation is a sin because of the scripture where the guy, he had a brother that had a wife and he died without having babies with her, and that man had to get his brother's wife pregnant after he died. He didn't want to do it because he knew that child would be raised up as his brother's child. So he did the pull-out method, and God said that it was a sin. Of course, Christians being unlearned, they believe that just the act of him not getting her pregnant was a sin, because you're supposed to go and multiply and grow. Nah, they don't understand that law that's in Deuteronomy, where it say that brother has to get the wife pregnant if his brother didn't get her pregnant. That's where that sin came from. You understand me? That's that law. That's why it says in Matthew that Joseph's father was a man named Jacob, and in Luke it says that Joseph's father was a man named Heli. You understand? That is the only thing inside the Bible that would make that make sense. Anything else saying that Heli was Mary's mother, that is just somebody making something up. You understand? There is no type of scripture in this Bible that would ever back up and prove that Mary was from the bloodline of King David. You understand me? That Mary came from the seed of King David. Joseph came from the seed of King David. Mary had Joseph's seed inside of her. That's why she followed the law of Moses, where she had to get his offering. You understand me? She knew it. Everybody knew it. You understand me? So I would go back to Leviticus. I think we're on 13 now.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 1, verse 1. I'm in chapter 13.
This the Hebrew.
Okay. In the Hebrew?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it for you. Come on. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 1. Wayadabar, Yahweh al Mashah, wa al Aharan, la Amor, verse 2. Adam, Kaya, Yahayim, Yahaya, Baya War, Ba Sharwa, Sha'ath, Awa, Sapachat, Chata, Wa Awa, Baharath, Wahaya, Ba'ayor, Ba Sharwa, La Nagai, Tazara'ath, Waba, Al Ha'aran, Ha-Kahan, Awa, Al Ha-Chad, Achad, Ma Bunyawa, Ha-Kahanyam. Verse 3. Wa-Ra'ah, Ha-Bahan, Ath, Ha-Nagai, Ba'ai-War, Ha-Bashar, Wa-Sa'ar, Ba-Nagai, Ha-Pak, La-Ban, Wa-Ma-Ra'ah, Ha-Nagai, I.M.A.K, Ma-I-War, Basharwa, Nagai, Tazara'ath, Hawa'ah, Wara-Ahau, Ha-Kahan, Wa-Tama'ah, Ha-Athwa. Verse 4. Wa'aim, Baharath, La-Bana, Hawa'ah, Ba'ai-War, Basharwa, Wa'ai-Mak, Ayan Mara Man Ha'aiwar Washa Ira La'a Hapak Lapun Waha Sagayar Hakahan Ath Hanagai Shabaath Yam Yam. Verse 5. Wara Ahau Hakahan Bayawam Hashabyaya Wahana Hanagai Aimad Ba'ayan Yawa La'a Pasha Hanagai Ba'aiwar Waha Sagayarwa Hakahan Shabaath Yam Yam Shanyath. Verse 6. Waya Wara'a Hakahan Athwa Bayawam Hashabyaya Shanyath Wahana Kaha Hanagai Wala Pasha Hanagai Ba'awar Wata Harwa Hakahan Ma Sapachat Haya Wakabash Bagad Yawa Wa Tahor. Verse 7. Wa'ain Pasha Thapasha Hama Sachath Ba'aiwar Haharya Hara Athwa Al Hakahan Lapahor Lapaharathwa Wa Nara'a Shamyath Al Hakahan. Verse 8. Wara'a. That's the last one. Did you grab it in the Hebrew? I mean, in English.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, verse 2, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest.
They say when a man has in the skin of his flesh a rising, which is like swelling or a scab or a bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he's going to be brought to the priest to get examined, see what's going on with him. Read on.
Verse 3. And the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy.
When they say, okay, when there's infected area, when the hair in that area is turned white, and it says when the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, like when you can see it, like it's like not just sitting on his skin, but it actually goes a little deeper. So that's the plague of leprosy, and he shall be pronounced unclean. Go ahead.
And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. Verse 4. If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut up him that have the plague 7 days.
So first he's unclean because leprosy, when it's like this type of leprosy is contagious. And of course, like how we've been reading for the last 2 chapters, it's about keeping the community safe. It's about keeping the congregation and the people safe. And if there's an issue that can be prevented, take the proper steps to prevent it.
Right.
You understand me? It say, okay, if his skin looks like this, he's unclean. It say, but if the hair is not white, and if the infected area is just on top of his skin, it say the priest shall shut him up that has the plague 7 days. This is just going into another quarantine. Right. That's what it's talking about when it say shut him up. You understand? He's going to be quarantined so that, of course, this infection don't spread to other people. Right. You understand me? And so that the priest can monitor it. Right. Read on.
Verse 5. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day, And behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more.
So of course, now this is the 14-day quarantine. You understand me? Where America got it from, and the whole world got this from. We know about it thousands of years ago. Of course, because of God. You understand me? It didn't say that if this man is found with the rising skin and the swelling, and you take him to a doctor, so you take him to the priest. You understand? Because the priest had this insight from God. You understand me? The priest had this knowledge from God. It wasn't no research. It wasn't no Google. It wasn't no institutions.
Right.
You understand? We got this insight and this knowledge directly from God thousands of years ago. That if somebody is sick, if somebody is contagious, if somebody have a disease, you quarantine them. Understand? 14 days, it give you enough time to understand if they're unclean, if it's going to continue to be contagious, or if it's handled. You understand? It say if the plague did not spread in his skin, then the priest is going to quarantine him for 7 more days. Read on.
Verse 6, and the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean.
Of course, you washing your clothes because they was infected. You was sick. You was inside those clothes. So instead of just putting the same clothes back on and going around to people and spreading that illness, they say to wash your clothes.
Right.
You understand? Once the priest deem you as clean and this is not contagious, then you have to wash your clothes and you can go back among the people. Go ahead.
Verse 7, but if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he have been seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again.
Now it say after the priest said, okay, you're good to go. It say if now it start to spread after that, now he got to come back to the priest. You understand? This is putting a good amount of emphasis on, trusting the men of the Lord.
Right.
Not just being like, oh, well, I thought you said I was clean. I thought you said I wasn't contagious. I thought you said I can go back around people. But now look at it. It's like, nah, if the priest said you're clean, whatever the priest said, that's going to stay. If it continue to grow after that, then you got to come back to the priest again.
Right.
Now there's another amount of observing. You understand me? There's another amount of being quarantined depending on how it's spreading.
Right.
You understand? We can just stay in the English. All right, Bob, could you finish?
Okay. Verse 8, and if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreadeth in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a leprosy.
Yeah, so when he come back to the priest shall see it, and he see that, okay, it's spread throughout the skin. Now there is no need for quarantine to observe him. You understand me? Now the priest just say, okay, you're unclean based off of what he's seen, based off of his observations. There's no need for another 14-day quarantine. You're unclean, and this thing is spreading, and you're infected. You understand? Right. So that's at that point now you have to be shut away until you're clean again, until you're healed. Right. There's no 14, there is no amount, no set amount, it's really just until that man is clean again.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 9, when the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest. Mm-hmm. Verse 10, and the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and they have turned the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising, mm-hmm. Verse 11, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. Yeah, so it say if the rising in the skin be white, and it turn the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh, that's just meaning like the skin is red and tender. And it don't look like normal flesh. It's red and tender and it's swollen. It say, the priest shall say, okay, this is a leprosy in the skin. And like I said, there's no need to shut him up again. There's no need for a quarantine because clearly he is unclean. And the priest shall pronounce him unclean. Go ahead. Verse 12. And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that have the plague from his head even to his foot, whatsoever the priest looketh, verse 13, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white. He is clean.
Yeah, so it's saying when a man, when you can look at him and you see these different spots on his skin that's swollen and is red and is tender, you understand me? That is him unclean, because that disease is still contagious. You understand? They say when everything is turned white, when he's just all white, then now that is just a scar from leprosy. It's him being healed. That white skin is just a scar now. It's not contagious. That's what it's breaking down now. You understand? So if he got little spots and it's swollen and don't look right, he's unclean. If everything is just white now, it's simply a scar from leprosy and it's healed, not contagious. He is now clean again.
Verse 14. But when raw flesh appeareth in him, he shall be unclean.
Yeah, that's really the sign you looking for as a priest. Remember, these laws is given to a priest. You understand? These laws wasn't given to the whole congregation to follow. This is really the playbook for a priest. This is the instructions for a priest and what the priest need to do. And it's important as a priest because he's in charge of keeping the people safe. He's in charge of guiding the people and making sure that any contagious disease or infection or sickness doesn't spread to the whole people. You understand? Because it'll be easy for it to spread. You see that during COVID-19, during the Black Plague. You understand? You see when something as small as a cough had the entire world shut down. You understand? A little small cough, a little small sneeze has had the entire world shut down. You understand? We knew how important it was to quarantine people thousands of years ago because of God. This is still the same God that we serve today. Nothing changed. His insight is light years beyond what we can comprehend right now. You understand? That's why it's so important to trust in the priest, trust in the men of God, trust in the men that has authority over you. You understand? That's why it is extremely important. Because if the priest sees something, you don't gotta see it. It doesn't matter what you see. If the priest see it, if the priest say this is what it is, you better take heed to it. You better do some more research. You better go get a second opinion or whatever it takes for you to get this issue handled, because it is an issue. You understand? So it really put emphasis on I forget the word, the discernment of a priest. It's putting a lot of emphasis on it. You understand? Read on. Like you have something to bring up?
No, boss.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean. For the raw flesh is unclean. It is a leprosy.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed unto white, he shall come unto the priest. Verse 17. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. He is clean.
It's like going back and forth. Like is one instance where the person he has this issue on his skin, and the priest is looking at him. And he's like, all right, we're going to just observe you some more. We're going to keep you away from everybody just to see if you're unclean and if you need more time to heal. It's saying now it's this instance where the man had time to heal. He went out among the people, came back, and now he got more issues. Now it's really just up to the priest to observe him more and see when he's becoming clean again. That's something that the priest has to discern. So this is what we're reading. The whole process of the priest saying whether he's clean or if he's not clean, if he need more time to heal. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 18. The flesh also, in which even in the skin thereof was a boil, and is healed. Verse 19. And in the place of the boil there be a white rising, or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be shewed to the priest. Verse 20. And if when the priest see it, behold, it be inside lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy broken out of the boil.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. But But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days.
And this is like I said, this is what the priests have to learn and what the priests have to follow, because the state of the people that he's over, if he's over this amount of people or this group of people, it really falls back on him. You'll see it in the UPK with officers or captains or generals that's over each zone. If something in that zone is not going right, then that person that's over that zone will be responsible for it. Just like how Christ checked the angels that was over certain schools because of the things that was happening in the schools. The angels was in control of that. The angels was, responsible for whatever was happening in that school. You understand? Just like how the priest now is responsible for whatever people that he's over. He's responsible for keeping them safe. You understand? And giving them guidance and giving them wisdom that comes from the Most High. So it's 11:15. We're going to clip it at Leviticus 13 and 22. We have 14 more to go, but yeah, we're gonna clip it there for camp. So like, you had anything to bring out?
Oh, wow. So
I bought. All right, Miss Hahn, correct. Any questions in the room? There we go.
I have a question about having a reprobate mind, and I want to know, what does it mean to have a reprobate mind? And if you go back into the world and you get a reprobate mind, how can you be cleansed from it?
Are we going to pull up the scripture that you're talking about? I bought you. You got it. Romans, I believe.
Romans, can you check the verse up on the show?
I believe it's 27. You started at 27, if I'm not mistaken.
Romans 1 and 27?
Yeah, Romans 1 and 27.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, the 1 and verse 27. Come found. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burnt in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So the reprobate mind is literally just you going against God. And it's more so like you following your flesh, doing whatever desires you have in your flesh. And of course is unique to everybody, but not everybody go through the same issues, battle the same demons. So if a person is just simply, they could get counsel. They could read in the Bible, hear a class teach against something. But if they just have that burning desire, if that demon is, winning that battle, if they're not being strong enough to fight that demon off, then they'll just simply go against God. That's what a reprobate mind is. It's like it's a bit different from you battling demons and you losing to you just going back into the world. If you battling demons, you might lose. You might, fall, like how the Bible say a righteous man falls 7 times, but he get up. That is really the key in being that, not saying like, oh, well, nobody's perfect, or, I can't really handle this, or, something like that, where you're trying to give yourself an excuse to keep on doing something. If you go back into the world, there's really nothing that can change that. Because the only thing that can change you following your lusts and your worldly desires and your pleasures is you being in the truth, and you being taught. That's why it says they didn't retain God in their knowledge, because they left the truth. You understand me? So once you leave the truth, you're going to continue to do everything that you did before. Because now right and wrong is up to your discretion instead of the priest, instead of God. So there's really the only way to come back from that is coming to the truth and humbling yourself. And once you leave the truth, usually the world will humble you. You understand me?
So like I missed that part,
the world will humble you. Humble, yep. Like when you think that you know more than a priest and you know what to do, the world will show you that you don't know more than a priest. and you will suffer a lot. That's why in verse 27 at the end, it say, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet, which means that when they get punished for what they did, it is suitable for them. You understand? Is to help them understand that what they're doing is wrong. That's why God say he created the evil, because if there is no evil, there is no punishment. You would never know what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
You understand? So that's what's going to teach a person with a reprobate mind to follow God is destruction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So like the one thing I saw going back out into the world, like you was saying, we have to attend class.
Yeah.
You get those demons off of us, or can't come to class and we'll go online
Right.
and look at classes and get counsel.
Right. Yep. And of course, fasting too. You know, some demons, like Christ said, can only go away through fasting and prayer.
Right.
So that's like a big part of it. Like, you know, you got to understand the spiritual aspect of everything too. Like you can understand, okay, your temptations or the peer pressure that's coming for whatever demon is trying to attach itself to you. You know, you also have to understand it's a spiritual war. You understand? It's a spiritual war, and that fasting is your spiritual weapon. You understand? Against certain demons. You know, it might seem like it won't help, but that's just a demon as well. You understand? Certain demons can only be expelled from a person through fasting and prayer. You understand? Of course, going to class, getting counsel, and sticking with the counsel. You understand? That's also help too. Yep. All right, Most High Christ. We got 11:20. So like I made you come back up here. All right, I imagine just a minute here. Yep. Yes, state your register.
Abahaya, Banyamin, Banyashrala.
Abahaya, Ban SHALAM.
Now Bashina Shapakutam. Yashrala, which means to Israel.
Go to trumpet one last time.
Yes. Yes, sir. I think I turned to you first, sir.
So like a men of Israel line up to salute the Torah. Yahweh Shem Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Shem Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Shem Shabrak Yah.
I imagine, which means to stand. Upon Hakadam, turn to face the east. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwathka. Taba'a. Ratzazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratzazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Lethonlanawa. Lethom. Kav. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Tabawathanawa. Kasalakanawa. Tabawathanawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'ayanawa. Wanasaya one. Abor, Awashai now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Ratapara, Wawalumium, Amun. In the English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Baruch Bashar.
Baruch Bashar.
Thundernow.
Thundernow.
Haka, Haka,
La'ah.
Kamalah,
Kamalah.
Haka,
Tahor.
Amasazariah, Haka,
Hakim.
Hakim,
Matthew.
Haka,
Arakawa.
Tabalah,
Lagar Shem.
Shem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wa'alaman.
in English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the name of Yahweh.
please give us the power,
Please give us the
the
power.
power to heal
Power to heal.
all manner of sickness,
All manner of sickness.
and all manner of disease,
And all manner of
the
disease.
power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the lepers.
the power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the dead.
the power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean spirits.
to cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessed of Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Baruch
Baruch
Shabbat.
Wa'ashavala.
Wahaba Yasapari.
Wahaba Yasapari.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Aman.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh.
bless us,
Bless us.
and Israel,
And Israel.
and the schools,
And the schools.
in the name of
In the
Yahweh,
name of Yahweh.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The power shows the blessings in the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yaka Allah.
Wa Yaka Allah.
Wa Alahai.
Wa Alahai.
Tazabiyah.
Tazabiyah.
Alawakihan.
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 Asarani. Akwati Zayoni.
Akwati Zayoni.
Akayayoni.
Akayayoni.
Wahakwati. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Water Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh,
In Yahweh.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
commanding General Yohanan,
Commanding General Yohanan.
the generals,
The generals.
the captains,
The captains.
the officers,
The officers.
the troopers,
The troopers.
and the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of
In the name of
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayunya.
Ayunya.
Ahori.
Ahori.
Ayun.
Ma'ayun.
Ma'ah.
Ma'ah.
Azori.
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 Azori. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Asha.
Shamayim.
Shamayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayatun.
Ayatun.
Amawat.
Amawat.
Gauka.
Gauka.
Namun.
Ayanawan.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Wala'ah.
Namun.
Anawan.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yeshun.
Yeshun.
Shavamor.
Shavamor. Yasharal.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka. Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka. Al-Yah.
Yaminka,
Yaminka.
Yaminka,
Ashamash. La'ah. Yikaka. Wayrak. Walayila. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Karai. Yashamor. Athapashka. Yahweh. Yashamor. Tazalka. Wafka. Micah.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from the Lord,
My help comes from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth
he
thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out,
Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth,
This time forth,
even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Adam Yadaka.
Adam Yadaka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashakwa.
Al-Kayahana. Al-Yabika. Yahaman. Ra'ash. Al-Aimika. Yariyamsa. Sabadah. Oyata.
Your eyes as a wall.
Your eyes as a wall. Eyes as a wanyika. Morwa. Akara. Nakaki.
Boy.
Guard.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yasakor.
Yasakor.
Shem
Yashral.
Yasharal.
I would die.
Hayat.
Hayat.
Your eyes as a wall.
Your eyes as a wall.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Baryak.
Rathwa.
Rathwa.
Ahaya.
Adawum.
Adawum.
Yashima'ali.
Yashima'ali.
Abu
Abu Abu.
Gori.
Gori.
Ball.
The ball.
Select. Why the one?
Why the one?
I'm a shop.
I'm a shop.
I'm your shop.
I'm your shop.
That's
the war.
Masha war.
The Masha war. Alawah. Ayman. Alawah. Zarawah. Abanyalawah. Salah. I.S.U.P.K. Madi. Siyah. Sara'ah. Kayabia. Panakawa. Y.A.H.U.P.K. Hashemadwa. Ba'ayun. Da'ira. Aywa. Daman. Adab. Shayatamwa. Nadiyabawa. Kaira. Because of Ba. Katazal. Mana'ah. Kaunasiya Kumwa. Sure. Amorwa. Nagirashah. Alawah. Nawah. Alahayim. Alahayah. Shayatamwa. Kagagwa. Kakwash. Kapanyarokah. Ka'ash. Ba'ari. Kalahah. Kalahah. Ariyam. Come. Tawaddatma. Basa'irika. Wabasa. Ba'alam. Bala'ah. Punyam. Palawan. Waya. Kwashwa. Chepka. Yawa. Bashwa. Waya Kapora. Waya Abadwa. Waya Da'wa. Kayata. Chepka. Yawa. Basha. Ayawan. Alka.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee.
They that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
Being a nation.
At the name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
They be no more in remembrance.
They be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And Hagarenes.
The Baal. And Ammon. And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kishon.
The brook of Kishon.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a rare.
Make their nobles like a rare.
And like Seah.
Like Seah.
Yea. All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Almunah.
As Almunah.
Who said.
Let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of God.
The houses of God.
In possession.
In possession.
O my power.
O my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
With
thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And trouble forever.
Trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
And men may know.
And men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the most high. Most high. Of all the earth. Of all the earth. Sar. When you turn, sis can be seated. So like I imagine, 1 more second, so I get all right, sisters, can you see it now? Men of Israel are going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, I imagine, Barak,
Yahweh, Shabbat,
Jasmine Taf, sorry to the sisters, I imagine. Men of Israel are going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, I imagine, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar, Thabah, Shem Yahushua.
Jasmine Taf, hands down, class is missed. Brother, want to get on it? Yeah, go on to that.